To the Valley of the Sun at State Farm Stadium here in Glendale. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Los Angeles Rams and the Arizona Cardinals. Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in week 3. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. On first down, they'll start out with Akers. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well. And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins. And they're hoping to do it. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Jalen Thompson picks it, and the Cardinals are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half. And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting. Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. They fake the handoff. Now Murray. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Leonard Floyd. And the Rams are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter. And you have to think that this was George. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Isaiah Simmons getting by the offensive line and dropping the quarterback. Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter. And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase it. They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. Finding room at midfield. Loose inside the 30. Touchdown, L.A. Well, forget about the weapons out wide. He knows he's got another weapon in the backfield of the passing game, Charles, and he utilized him perfectly on that play. And the offense coordinator showed me something on that play, Brandon, because so often during a game, our cameras find them looking down at their play sheets, and you wonder if they're absorbing anything. He had something specific in mind, and he went to it, and it worked well. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
They'll run with, and now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
The start of this game has me doing flashbacks and remembering when I was playing and seeing a similar start and seeing the head coach actually take a timeout and gather the whole team around him and tell him everybody to get it together. Let's get some focus going here. Because maybe he just sensed that maybe the whole team wasn't ready to play.
Yeah, well, they've gone interception, now fumble. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. Well, they may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. They'll go again here with Akers. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Back to throw, Stafford. He'll get this one to Cup, complete. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out in the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out, or you can...
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. J.J. Watt that time able to do what he does best, and that's sack the quarterback.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still very rarefied air. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm as he tried to present himself, there's no doubt there were some nerves as he lined up to attempt that kick. But once the ball was snapped, he just swept the leg and boom, over the crossbar.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
The Rams and Cardinals, they met 3 times a season ago. They each won in the other's building in the regular season. The Cardinals 37-20 in Week 4, and the Rams in Week 14 on Monday night would win it 30-23. And then, of course, they would also meet in the first ever Monday night wild card game, the final game of the first Super Wild Card weekend. And the Rams kicked off their title run with a 34-11 win at SoFi. To throw is Murray. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, give him a good 10 yards on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
That's into the hands of Akers, complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2, Stafford. Akers back-to-back catches. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Off the fake to Akers. Here's Stafford. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. Man open, it's Cup. He's got it. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. A pretty sizable deficit here in the first quarter. This defense probably need to get off the field in those situations on 3rd down.
And you and I both.
Off of play action. Here's Stafford. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Jalen Thompson picks it. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. Now Matt Prater for the point after. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone. Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
And it's fielded at the 34. Anderson loses the football. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Was hoping to make a play there on the return with his speed. Instead, he makes a play for the other side.
Yeah, and how many times have we heard coaches say, you know, sometimes it's not really about those X's and O's we draw up. It's about those Jimmies and Joes. And when you have a punt returner, he's one of those Jimmies and Joes, one of the best athletes. He's unable to make the play that they were seeking, though.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Stafford. Got a man open. It's Tyler Higbee. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. On 1st down, Stafford here. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and it goes down. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the 1st down sack. Stafford. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing is Stafford. Got a man. It's Higbee, complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll run here with Akers. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Now it's Stafford. He'll buy some time right. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. They tried to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be 3rd down.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground, and the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A bad 3rd down mistake there.
Points were already on the board in their mind. And that's the worst part about it, right? Because it's just like in golf. Never count it in the cup until it rolls in there. Otherwise, you can really get messed up with your scores. In this case, you know they thought, hey, at least 3, maybe even a chance to get 6. It's a little bit demoralizing going off the field. Now that you've turned it over and you come up empty.
Yeah, if he holds on to that, at least the field goal on 4th down. Now they lose it.
Really good coverage all over the field. It took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
On 2nd and 10, Murray. And pass complete to Moore. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That one covers 29 yards. 1st down. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And that nearly intercepted. Oh, the free safety roaming into position almost had it, but it's 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Murray rolling to his left. And he slings one that's incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
Here's Murray. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 37. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
The Cardinals hit 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate. They always...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Aaron Donald. That is one he will remember. It's sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Finding more on the out route for the completion.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. So now on comes the field goal unit. And, wow, this is no ordinary try here. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score.
4th down, Murray off. And the Cards field goal unit and Matt Prater out there now.
They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And that will knot us up at 10. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And so close to hitting pay dirt last time, fumbling down near the goal line. Now, how does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester, that's for sure, because to be that close and come away with no points is really disappointing, not just for the guys on offense, but the defensive players, too, who thought, hey, we're going to put some points up and have a little momentum going. They've got to find a way to just get it out of their minds, let it go,
short-term memory,
and move on to the next series.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Out of the gun, Stafford. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
Picked up by Marco Wilson. And the Cards are going to take possession of the football. 3 first-half interceptions now. And, Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play caller from here on out, got to design some throws for him that he can complete, keep it away from the defense, and try and get him back on track.
Play action. Now it's Murray. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted.
And the Rams are going to take possession of the football. Well, Charles, you got a quarterback out of the pocket trying to make a play, and you get it, but instead he ends up throwing it to the other team.
And, partners, we know to be successful in this league, number one, you're going to have to be able to make plays on the perimeter or when the pocket breaks down. But number two, you've got to make smart decisions with the football. And that time, that simply was not a smart decision.
Now a throw here to his running back.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Stafford.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Here's Stafford.
going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
And he's going to miss this one. Wide to the left from distance. It's no good, and this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2.
And now 2 problems as I see it. First, you missed the kick, which granted was a long one. But second, you set the other guys up a great field position and enough time to maybe get downfield and get a field goal attempt of their own.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. It's complete to Hopkins. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't 3rd down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the 1st down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
Back to the air on 2nd down, it's Murray.
Finding his target, it's Trey McBride.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Murray to air it out again. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Prater's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Cards with a lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started.
Taken at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
On 2nd and 9, Murray. He's got the connection to Moore. So the completion good for 7 there. And now it's 3rd and 3.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Murray going to try to throw on 3rd down. Again, he finds Moore. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A handoff called in between the tackles. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They fake the handoff. Now Murray. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
Murray going to throw. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
right? He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
There's a lot about that play you could easily see coming. Backed up in the shadow of their own goal line, you know they're going to face pressure.
He's lucky his arm was going forward. It was close, but it was going forward.
Yeah, it could have been a safety or even given up a defensive touchdown.
36 yards on the punt with no return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Running left, Coleman. He'll get this down to the 48-yard line. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Coleman going to get it again on 2nd down. They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Here's Murray. He'll drop this down to Coleman. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the 2nd half.
Play fake. Murray. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Troy Hill picks it. And the Rams are going to get the football here at their own 23. He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spotted him too late. And that margin that he had on the defenders, that got eaten up, and they came up with the interception.
That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down.
As he gets the 1st down, let's take a look at what Cooper Kupp did last season, because it was one of the greatest years for a receiver in NFL history. 145 catches, 1,947 yards, both 2nd most in a season all time. Truly an MVP caliber performance for the Super Bowl champs, and he capped it off in the Super Bowl himself as the MVP.
Throwing on 2nd down. Stafford. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And they will score. It's a pick six for the Cardinals touchdown.
Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the second half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick six.
I think that's a great observation, too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime. But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate that those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Stafford here, coming off his pick six. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now it's Stafford. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for L.A. It's taken to the 26. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the Cards will take over 1st and 10. And an update now from up in Seattle. You saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
On play action, it's Murray.
Throw left side, hauled in by McBride.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46.
So not his arm, but hurting him with his legs. A gain of 19 on the keeper and a 1st down.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the 1st down. A nice run right there.
Now, meanwhile, a final play here is incomplete, and that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter of play. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Murray. Throw left side complete. That's Coleman.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Able to get this one to McBride. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Coleman will try up the middle. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down fourth quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it out. And we've got them now.
Going to run the sweep here. This is Hopkins. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains, but it was enough to get them a first down. And it continues to test the defense. They have to think on every play about who might end up with the ball.
Murray now on first down. Looking for the out route, and he's got more.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. Second and 4.
Murray now. Caught left side, Hopkins.
And the Cardinals are going to have a first and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal. To throw, it's Murray. And he whips that one incomplete there.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
And they'll send the tight end in motion left. On second down, it's Coleman. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up third.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
Murray now, third and goal. Steps away to his left. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line. Devon Kennard able to get in there and drop him behind the line. Prater's kick is good.
Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on fourth and goal anyway, but the sack on third down pretty much made their mind up for it.
You're exactly right about that. And this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out. And
my goodness, another interception. Jalen Thompson picks it, and the Cardinals are going to take possession of the football.
Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough, but man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard. But also, you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
On second and 11 now, Murray. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. Trotty. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. Day is on for the point after. And the lead will shrink to 6.
Makes the score Cardinals 23, Rams 17.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And now this fourth quarter becoming very interesting. That pick six makes this a one-score game. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how aggressive they choose to be.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards the 2-minute warning. I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the fourth quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over.
It's a gain of a yard, and it takes us to the 2-minute warning. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They'll run here with Coleman out of the gun.
And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. The 71 yards rushing here for Coleman. It'll be a first down. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Right back to Coleman here on first down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. They will run again with Coleman. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on third down. From the gun, it's a handoff to Coleman.
And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22.
It'll go as a gain of 12, and that should just about wrap this one up.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals. And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turned around.
Yeah, you can just keep going with it, can't you? After turnover after turnover. As this game unfolded, they were doing all the dictating.
I'm the best, and the best, and I got it, and I got it on my own. Get my way up, get my go, go. If I touch it, then it's cold, I'm the best, and the best, and I got it, and I got it on my own. Get my way up, get my go. If I touch it, then it's cold, He for the plank and they know I'm impressive. He wanna talk, but he not on the schedule. I ain't taking a from my boy ain't heavy. I'm the best and you heard what I said. Spend all the money, I'm dripping, it's falling. Got on it, then it's dripping like water. Teaching but I don't have a daughter. I know me, I can pick up when I call it. Working big and it don't hurt to break, cause I'ma always do it how I wanna do it. Every time he lead a know he missed the know I got him running to it. I'ma need to pull the mail before we talk it that I'm waking up and thumbing through it. Run a like a runner do it. Stun on her till like a stunner do it. I'm the best, I'm the best, and I got it, and I got it on my own. Get my way up, get my go. If I touch it, then it's cold, I'm the best, and I got it, and I got it on my own. Get my way up, get my go. If I touch it, then it's cold. Top dog like I manage. I'm the really damaged. came out and make the channel froze. Not really who the panel chose. Put my name up like a banner boat. Acting tough and I'ma let her go. Name her who got a better flow, but she can hang it up just like a telephone.